What is up, everybody? Karma Cash Flow here. Welcome to the live stream. I am actually really excited about today because today I get to talk about my Lita challenge and how it's gone and how this whole entire month has transpired for me. So, for those that don't know what Lita is, Lita stands for Live Every Day in August. So, this entire month I've gone live every day, and there I've learned a lot from this. This has been such an adventure, uh, and it's something that I really enjoyed. I didn't think I would when I first started it. I had been looking for a reason to go live, but I never really found my way to do that. And this Lita challenge came up, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live every single day in August, like the challenge said, and I've been doing that. So this is day 30 that we've been here, and it's been awesome. It's absolutely been awesome. So today, that's what we're gonna talk about, and give you my thoughts on everything that I learned. So let's get started. All right, so a couple announcements. Really, one announcement, real quick. Tomorrow is the deadline to get into the beta group. So, if you want to get into the beta group for my course and for my membership, which is absolutely free to the beta members, you need to go to thecashflowarmy.com, join my free community, and then send me a private message letting me know that you want to be in the beta group, right? So what's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to come on, do my live stream, and at the end of the live stream, I'm going to pick the winners live, right? So I'm going to use a website called Wheel of Names. And Wheel of Names is just, an auto generator so that I put in your names, I click the wheel, and it picks people at random. And I'm going to pick 9 people. So when the first person gets picked, I'm going to remove their name from the sheet and then spin the wheel again and give someone else an opportunity to get into the beta group. So what does a beta group entail? So what you're going to get in the beta group is access to my passive income course, the automatic cash flow deployment course. And you're going to actually get to keep that absolutely free, no charge, like forever, including all updates. All right. So I know a lot of people out there, every year they redo their course, they update it and so forth. And then for those that want that updated course, they charge them an extra fee. You're not going to have that, right? You're going to get lifetime updates absolutely free of charge, and it's going to be awesome. You're also going to get access to our membership, which we call the Officers Academy. And in the Officers Academy, we have office hours, which are weekly Q&A sessions where you can ask any question that you want so that we can help you with your business as much as possible. We're going to have monthly hot seats, and this actually may be bi-weekly hot seats, so maybe twice a month hot seats that we're going to do, where we put 1 or 2 people per session in a hot seat where they will be on the Zoom call with me, and I'm just going to start digging into your business and helping you personally with your business, getting it set up, getting it run, scaling your business, all different aspects of your business. And you're going to get feedback from me. You're going to get feedback from all the other members that are attending the live sessions as well. And all of these sessions are live. You're going to get access to all the recordings of the Q&A office hours and the hot seats as well. We're going to have weekly challenges. And for every challenge, every weekly challenge that we have, the person that really accomplishes it, to the highest standards, it is a challenge. So it's kind of like a contest, and there will be a winner. And that winner of the weekly challenges is going to get a prize of some sort, right? Right now, I don't really know what those prizes are going to be. It could be, a book. It could be, whatever. Right? Maybe one day in the future, I'll give away something like a Tesla or something. I don't know. But it's going to be awesome. You'll also get a private 45-minute consultation with me personally over the phone. Actually, it'll be over Zoom. so that we can sit down, we can talk about everything. It's going to be awesome. So if you want into the beta group, go to thecashflowarmy.com. Send me a private message. Join the free community. Send me a private message letting me know that you want to be in the beta group. All right. So real quick, before we actually get started, just wanted to welcome some people in here. Consult a blind guy, as always.
Bruh.
It's a pleasure. Ravens video 1, hashtag coffee. So I'm going to take my sip of coffee. MMM tutorials also with the coffee. So now I have to take 2. Let's see. I know Martin in the house. How's it going, buddy? I really appreciate you being here. I love seeing you on my live streams, dude. Like, seriously. You make me really want to continue doing these. Let's see. Rhino Dog 34 in the house and everybody else. Really appreciate you all being here. It is a pleasure to be here for you. So before I talk about all my everything that I've learned with live streaming, just talk about real quick what I've worked on. So this section, I talk about everything that I worked on yesterday, so that you can kind of see what I'm doing in my business. So yesterday, I was actually going through a few different pages that Andre Chaperon had put out, and just really detailing it, going through. I think I read these 3 articles like 7 times each, like just trying to really get it down and jot notes about everything that was going on in these articles. And then after that, I was sitting on the couch on my laptop. I sat on the couch with my laptop for most of the day. And I was either writing, I was continuing to write different emails. I was writing emails for the beta group as well. I wrote out like 4, maybe 5 different video outlines, and which I'm going to actually film today. What else did I do? That's pretty much it. Like I did a lot of reading and a lot of writing yesterday, which is kind of the bulk of what we do. So, really all we do in our business is we write, one thing or another, or we make a video on something. That's really all I do. And I might be writing an outline for a sales page or an email, or writing something for the website, blog post, descriptions for my YouTube videos, or doing a video for my YouTube, doing a video for my course, doing a video for a landing page of some sort. That's pretty much it. That's all we really do. So that's what I was working on yesterday. Salima in the house. How's it going, Salima? Thank you for being here. Martin saying, thanks, man. Please do. I need to learn business and marketing. That's what we're here for, dude. That is what we're here for. So real quick, I saw a couple of questions come in. By the way, if you do have any questions, go ahead, throw them in the chat with the word question all in caps first. And that way I can see it and see it, and differentiate it from the chat, everybody chatting itself. So real quick, let me see if I can find those questions before we actually get started on what I've learned. Let's see. No. All right, question. What was the hardest part of this challenge for you? Again, talking about this LEADA challenge. The hardest part of this challenge for me, really, I would say 2 things, right? First one was consistency. I'm not going to lie. Like, getting up every single day and doing this live stream is a bit difficult, right? You have to be dedicated and committed to doing it. And, for me, motivation is a very passive thing. Like, I don't even like motivation, honestly. I don't listen to motivating type stuff or motivation videos or anything like that, because motivation only lasts, a little bit. So what I ended up doing is setting up these tiny little habits that would get me and force me to come on and do the live streams. because I knew if I just, was like, rah, 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 let me motivate myself, I might do it for a few days and then I would slump and be like, no, you know what? I'm not going to do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. And, because that's me. I know myself. So when I have something that I know I need to do, I set up habits that force me to do something, right? And that's what I did. As I set up all these like little habits that I had to do, and one thing always led to another thing, which has had me on here now for 30 days, the entire month. Although tomorrow is the 31st, it's still August, and I will be here tomorrow too. But yeah, that was one thing. The second thing, which is actually on my list, is getting vulnerable. Showing myself to the world has always been a big challenge for me. I don't mind talking, but I don't like talking about myself too much, unless it's something like, just a quick story of, oh, this time I was in France, or this time I was, in Budapest, or this time I was in the Philippines, something like that. Just, quick little stories about something that happened to me, and that's about it. But not really digging deep on myself. And early on in the Lita challenge, I had to do that. It was like day 5 or 6 or something like that. Like I was breaking down. It was really, really tough. Yeah, those two things were the hardest parts of this challenge. So let's get into the actual challenge, or what I've learned from this challenge. So first thing that I learned was that your first few live streams are going to be absolutely terrible. And that's okay. You just got to do it. I looked back, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, on my first few streams. And, at the time I thought, man, they went really well. But I looked back at it going, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Um, and much different than they are now. I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still growing when I'm doing these live streams. And I'm always going to be getting better. But those were terrible, absolutely terrible. But I did it anyway. And that's one thing that I learned, is that it doesn't matter how bad you are at something, right? It's you just have to keep going and just keep doing it. I tell my wife all the time. My wife thinks she's terrible at jujitsu, and she's not. She's a little badass, like seriously. Like she would smash most people out there, should they try anything. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so terrible at this. I don't want to keep doing it." I was like, even if you are terrible, which you're not, but even if you are terrible, that's the point, is you just got to keep going and keep doing it. And that's what I did with the live stream. Is, yeah, my first few live streams were absolutely terrible. I think it was day 6 or 7 that I was like, I'm getting on this now. It's flowing a little bit better. And I think, I can't remember which one it was. It was like 6 or 7 or 8, where I was like, this is a pretty good stream. And it's okay to be bad at something. You just keep doing it. You're writing emails that are terrible. That's okay. Just keep writing emails. You're bad at sales pages. That's okay. Learn a little bit more. Keep writing sales pages, and you will get amazing. I look at guys like Pat Flynn, for instance. Go look at his first 1 or 2 live streams, and while they were good, it's Pat. While they were good, they were not like anything like they are today. He's sitting there with his iPad, and someone calling out a challenge for him to draw something on his iPad. There was no real flow to the live stream. And I wouldn't consider it bad, but it wasn't amazing like they are today. So that's the first thing that I learned. Second thing that I learned was your community is there for you and is going to help you out, right? That's pretty freaking awesome. I look at Pat and his live stream. He's going on like day 165 or something like that, like insane. And the community's always there supporting him, giving advice on topics and different things that they want to learn. asking lots of questions and so forth. And I found that exact same thing here on my live stream. I have all of you guys coming in here and girls coming in here uh, and supporting me in these live streams. And it's just awesome. When I first started live streaming, I didn't think anybody would be here watching me. I thought it'd just be me talking to myself, or talking about a subject, but no one on the other end wanting to hear what I had to say. And that, being on the first day, my first day here, I had like 12 people on, and it was awesome. And never expected that. Never expected that. So that's second thing that I learned. Number 3 thing is that, I talked about it earlier, it's okay to be a bit vulnerable. You got to get real in your live streams, and I understand that. I've shared my family. You've seen my wife, you've seen my daughter, you've seen my bird Jarvis. Haven't really seen my dogs because they're always outside, and otherwise it would just be pandemonium in here. But showing that human side of a person is okay, right? It can't just be, and today we're going to learn about email marketing. So first step in email marketing, we're going to talk about the subject line. And the subject line, there are 17 different formats. Like that would be boring as hell. No one would watch that. But it was really tough for me. It was really tough to be vulnerable. It's really tough for me to show off my life and everything like that. It's not something that I've ever done before 6 months ago, right? We moved here from Florida 6 months ago. We moved February 29th was the day that we arrived here in Dallas. And I told myself things have to be different, right? I've made all this money, but I had like 2 friends. And I've always considered myself, a massive introvert. Don't like going out. Don't go to parties. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like, I'm always here in front of my computer. And I told myself when I moved to Dallas that had to change. And I find myself going out more. I'm going to jiu-jitsu. I'm meeting people. We were at a party. It was a jiu-jitsu party. All right. Not like we're doing jiu-jitsu, but all the guys from our school got together at one of our students' houses, and like really nice house, pool party. We grilled steaks and lamb and like all this good stuff. And everybody drank full open bar, yada yada. And we all had fun, and I was having fun too. I was talking with people, going different places to have my chats. Yes, I did need to kind of back away from time to time, and get my own space back. But then, I'd push myself and go right back out there. And it's just, getting into the trenches of being vulnerable and opening up a little bit more. And I learned that it's okay to do that. Whereas before I was very closed off. I didn't want anybody in. And so, yeah, I learned a lot of that through live streaming. Let me see. I saw another question come in. How often will you stream after the challenge? Dude, that is a great question. A lot. All right, I'm going to say a lot. I cannot promise every day, right? I have a lot of things to do. I've got multiple businesses to run. And I'm going to say at least a couple times a week, 2, maybe 3 times a week, but I cannot promise every day. But it's going to be consistent. I will let you know tomorrow. How about that? I will let you know tomorrow how often I will go live. I will set it in stone and say, boom, this is going to happen. And that's the end of it. And I will continue that for as long as you all want me to be here. But it's going to be consistent. It's going to be every single week, at least 2 times a week. I just don't know the days yet, the times. And the time will probably change. The time will probably go from right now it's 8:30. Well, it's 9 o'clock my time now. But typically I go live 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Pacific, and it will probably move to after, like starting right after Pat Flynn's show. So Pat is it's 10 o'clock my time, so 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And so I'll probably pick up right at that point, doing the live streams. And I think that that's best because it would actually get more people onto the show, onto live stream. And that'll, be able to answer more questions, and yeah, I think that would be a good option. Question. Coffee. All right. All right. Okay. Ah, let's see. Um, what do you think your biggest improvement was? What do you think was your biggest improvement because of the challenge? My biggest improvement. Um, that's a really good question. And I'm gonna have to think about this honestly. I don't really know. Maybe I could say something like getting to know my audience a little bit better, right? That's the biggest improvement because while I believe that I know you all, simply by you all coming in here, talking with me, asking questions, and so forth, I get to know you better. Um, and I think that's probably one of the biggest improvements because that helps me out knowing what you need, um, more so that I can deliver that value. So that's probably the biggest improvement, is just getting to know my audience. So getting to know you guys, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's see, dude. Consult the blind guys in here with all the the questions. Question: favorite brand of coffee? Well, you said coffee, so I'm gonna have to do it. Favorite brand of coffee? Um, I mean, like right now, I pretty much stick with Starbucks Pike Place, which is just their normal everyday brand of coffee. Um, I had drank pretty much everything under the sun, tried all different types of coffee, but I was actually here in Dallas before we moved here. Um, I had flown here with my daughter and stayed at a Airbnb, and the person that whose house it was made coffee in the morning, and I was like, oh my god, like this is really good coffee. It turned out to just be Starbucks Pike Place coffee, and so I've been drinking it since. And I can't say I'm a big coffee connoisseur. um, I'm a tea connoisseur. Like I know every type of tea, and a honey connoisseur as well. I can't tell you how much honey and tea we have. Um, but coffee, I pretty much just stick with one thing. Like if I go out to Starbucks or some other place, I'll have their coffees and so forth. But I might not even be able to tell the difference, honestly, between one or the other, just because I'm not that. I drink a lot of coffee, but it's always the same thing. So, um, another coffee thing, black or cream and sugar. Um, I don't drink black yet, right? I'm working my way there. I do have heavy whipping cream in my thing. I don't use sugar, but I've got to have that heavy whipping cream in there. It's the viscosity of the coffee that is, I don't know. I have to have it. Um, where's Beth? Um, Beth right now is sleeping. She's been having some rough nights sleeping lately. So, yep, yep. Let's see. All right, so let's get back to my list here. Let's see. I've already done these. Uh-oh, no, wrong thing. Bloop. There we go. All right, so number 4. You don't have to do what everybody else does. All right, that's one of the things that I learned when I first started this. I was trying to kind of mimic and do things that I saw like Pat do and Nick Nimmin and so forth, um, and realized I didn't have to do that. I learned it really fast. I had thought about buying like a wheel, like Pat has to do the spin thing. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's his thing, and I was going to just take all this stuff from other people, and I was like, no, I'm going to do me. And for me, my thing is teaching and answering questions. Like that is just that's me. So that's all I decided to do. I didn't decide to do any games like I was going to do. I was going to go buy a deck of cards, like brand standing and all that type stuff, because you all knew that, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something different. So, I learned that you don't have to do, what other people do. Be you, do what you want to do, and just slightly modify what you're doing based off of what your audience and the people that are on your live streams are valuing. If they like a lot of questions, Q&A, do more Q&A. And so forth. If they like more teachings on a particular topic, do that. And so yeah, that's number 4 thing that I learned. Number 5, pay attention to the chat, but not too much attention. I learned this really quickly because as I was teaching, I would be watching the chat every chance that I got, but it would distract me and I'd lose focus on what I was talking about. So generally what I do now is when I'm talking, I just talk to the camera. That's it. And then as I'm going to maybe go to another bullet point, I quickly look at the chat, see what's going on, and I might continue talking, or I might answer a question or something like that. So yeah, pay attention to your chat because there's a lot going on in there. There's questions coming in. There's some chit chat that you may or may not want to be involved in. But yeah, pay attention. Number 6 is don't rely on Q&A if you don't have like a large channel. So I once did a Q&A. This is early on, maybe number 8 or 9, video 8, 9, day 8 or 9. And I did a Q&A, and there's only like 2 people on there, 3 people on there. I believe that if you're going to do a Q&A session and you don't have a large audience that comes on and asks a lot of questions, have a little something prepared so that you can just talk. All right. And wait for those questions to come in if there are any. And if they're not, at least you have content that you're delivering. All right. By the way, if you want to ask any questions, go ahead, throw them in the chat with the word question all in caps first. That way I can see it better apart from the chat. So Tondalea Carter in the house. How's it going, Tondalea? Thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. Number 6. Oh, no, wait. We just did number 6. Number 7 is show up even if you don't want to, right? I kind of talked about this early on before I started to go through my list. But there's going to be times you don't want to show up, right? You're not motivated. You're just like, ugh, I can't be bothered today. All right. For one reason or another, maybe you didn't get a lot of sleep, or maybe you've had a fight with a spouse, or your back hurts and you don't want to sit there or stand there, one reason or another. But show up, even if you don't want to, right? A lot of people talk about motivation. And again, I don't believe in motivation, but the motivation comes after you show up, right? It doesn't come before, right? You need the systems and processes and habits to get to show up. And then the motivation comes afterwards. I actually posted about this over on my Twitter. Let me see. Actually, let me try and pull it up here so I could show it to you. Twitter. Let's see. Yes, I'm on my account. Here it is. All right, so I'm going to share my screen real quick, right? It says, there will be days where you're not motivated, but the motivation comes after you show up. Don't start with the motivation. Start with the doing, right? How true is that? How true is that? And it's very true. It's very true. You have to show up no matter what. And, if you do, you're going to see the results that you want to see. If you start slacking and you don't show up for your audience, no matter how long you're on, maybe you're only on 10 minutes, that's weird. I've never seen this. Sorry, a notification popped up that I've never seen before. Um, Maybe it's because I had to upgrade my my computer system. Um, but you see that? I completely forgot what I was talking about. I know I was talking about showing up even if you don't want to, but yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Um, Number 8 is always, always, always check your stuff at least 30 minutes prior to going live, right? Some of you know that I've had a massive ongoing issue with my camera connecting to eCam. eCam is what I utilize for going live. It's the software that I use on my Mac to go live. And uh, eCam is amazing. My camera is amazing. But for a while, it didn't want to talk to each other, right? I would have to turn my camera off, on and off 10, 12 times. Do the same thing with eCam before it would connect and eCam would see my camera to let me utilize it as a webcam like I'm doing now. And had I not known to check prior, because I'm used to doing photography and videography, sound checks and so forth. I was like, you know what, I have to do this with live streaming as well. And I learned, before I was doing it like 5 minutes, 10 minutes before, and I started to have problems, and I was like, I can't be doing this. So I learned that I needed to push it back about half an hour before I go live to make sure everything was set up right. After I got my camera talking with my computer, that's when I would go and I'd set up my lights. I've got my main light here. I have a fill light over here. I have that light that shines a blue light over there. I have a light that you can't see it. It's down here, making this light, this area glow up. I turn on that backlight over there, this overhead light that's behind my TV, like all of that stuff, right? But I need everything set up starting about 30 minutes before. Just so that I make sure that everything is running smoothly. And if you're doing anything like an interview, try to get the people on the other side on 15, 20 minutes at least before you go live. That way everything is good. You don't want someone, an interviewee to come on, someone that you're interviewing, and that person, you can't hear them, or their video, cameras turned off, or something, and they don't realize it. So you can work out these problems before you go live, right? And that is something that you really want to do. Paximus in the house, how's it going, my friend? Thank you for being here. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure, man. Let's see. Question: what would you do if no one showed up on your live stream because you were new? I don't do a Q&A for one, but have whatever it is planned out, deliver the presentation just like if you were going to record that video. Instead of it being a live stream, consider it as I'm just recording this and putting out content, right? So have your topic, have your bullet points, deliver that entire presentation, and then close out. It's simple as that, and therefore it doesn't have to, necessarily be a live stream. Like if you look at Sean Cannell from Think Media, the way he does his live streams is he does it just like he's filming a video, and you just happen to be there watching as he's doing it, right? He might answer a question here and there. He might say hello to someone here and there, but generally speaking, he's just delivering value. And that's what you do when you don't have hardly anybody on there. Like I've done live streams before, not during Lita, but before Lita, when I did a few live streams where I literally didn't have anybody on my stream. And so I just delivered the value. I talked about whatever I was going to talk about that day. And then when the time came, I got off and I was done. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. Let me see if I think that there was another question. A couple more questions. Salima asking all the questions today. Salima and Consult the Blind Guy. Thank you guys, by the way. I love questions. Let's see. What business would you start if you were restarting as a teenager? Okay, so if I was a teenager today, not if I was a teenager back when I was a teenager. Um, if I was a teenager today, in the times that we're living in now, uh, what business would I start? Um, that's a really good question. Um, I would probably start. I'd probably end up starting, no matter what, with affiliate marketing of some sort. Um, and the reason is because it's very easy to implement an affiliate marketing business. It's a very simple process. You take someone else's product or service and you market it, and just talk about it. Honestly, I'm just saying this. I've used this thing before, or I'm using this thing. It's freaking awesome. Here's why you want to use it too, right? And you make a commission off of that. It's super easy. And generally, what I do is I look for things that have recurring payments, right? So if I'm marketing a software and this software is, let's say, $100 a month and I get 30% commission, that means that I get $30 every single month that person stays on that software, right? And it's so easy to get started. Anybody can do it. I'm trying to convince I have a 13-year-old son who does not live with me, lives with his mom in England. That's a whole other story. And I'm trying to convince him to start an affiliate marketing business now. And he's only 13 years old, right? He'll be 14 next month, September. But I want him to start now so that he can build his own money now, right? I'm teaching my daughter all about affiliate marketing so that she can start something now. She's 9 years old. She'll be 10 in October. And so if they can do it, and I know that they can, if they can do it, anybody can. And it's perfect for a teenager. Perfect for a teenager. Top 3 pet peeves. Ooh, stupidity. That's one. And what I mean by that, so there's ignorance and there's stupidity. Stupidity to me is doing something that is not good, right? So take smoking, for instance, right? You know for a fact that smoking is harmful, but you do it anyway, right? That's stupidity. That drives me bonkers. Other pet peeves. When this is kind of more personal, but when people don't close things, it makes me go crazy. So, like, let's say, there's a bag of M&Ms, right, in the cupboard, and it has a sealed thing on it. That's easy. You just zip and it's done. But someone doesn't close it and just leaves it in there open like that. Oh, I go crazy on that. Not putting the cap on the toothpaste. Again, close the stuff. It should be when you're done with it. It should be closed just like you found it in the first place. Yeah, that kind of drives me nuts. And then another personal thing, another pet peeve is when someone does not lock the front door. That drives me crazy as well. I'm very security conscious, so if someone doesn't lock the front door, I go ballistic because that's a security threat to me. So yeah, those are just 3 pet peeves. I don't know if they're my top pet peeves, but they're 3 of them. Um, Good question. Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I'm a Frylion. I'm terrible with names and stuff. Do you rewatch your past work and critique yourself, or is it more of an internal mental evaluation and then move forward? No, I actually watch myself all the time. And I think it kind of dates back to when I was a kid and my martial art teacher would film me and we would sit there and watch just, so he could show me, look, this is what you're doing wrong. This is how we're going to fix it, and so forth. And I would sit there and analyze my fights and I would sit there and just watch how I moved and so forth. So I'm really used to going back and watching a replay of myself so I can, critique myself, what I could do better, what I could not do better, what I did well, what I didn't do well. And I'm constantly doing it. And then on top of it, I'm doing mental evaluations as well as I'm doing my stuff. one of the things that I've really evaluated myself recently is all the verbal pauses that I have. I'm constantly going right. I'm making all of these verbal pauses, and during my live streams, I watch it. I have a ton of them, and because of that, I can self reflect on that and try to overcome that in the future. So, yeah, I do both. Let's see if there's any other questions before I move on. How do you manage your energy levels so you appear lively? So talking about live streaming, I take it. One, try to have a good healthy diet. The healthy diet is going to give you a lot of energy. Another big thing, coffee. I love coffee, so that gives me plenty of energy. I'm lying. It doesn't give me energy. Caffeine literally does nothing for me. I just like the taste of it. Two, also sitting up in your chair or standing. I have not done a live stream standing. All right, so I can't really talk about that, but I do a lot of my work standing. But like here, like I have a chair. I'm sitting on a chair, but I'm sitting up in the chair so I can talk. I'm not just kind of lounging back and because then my energy is gonna wane, and I don't like that. So I make it a point to actually sit up straight to actually do this. So let's see. Martin, question, not really. One thing I have learned from you, Karma Cashflow, is that I need to focus on one main goal now, two swamped before. So now it's about finding sponsors. Good, right? If that's what you want to do, only focus on that. That's fantastic. I do not believe in multitasking or doing multiple things at one time, right? Have one focus. Like for me, even for a 30-day or 90-day period, right? For 90 days, I only have one focus, right? I'm not, well, in these 90 days, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. It's not like that, right? I pick one thing and one thing only to accomplish in my business per 90-day period. And that transfers down through everything that I do, right? Today, I have one main focus, right? Tomorrow, I have one main focus, and that's it. And so, like, Martin, if your main focus right now is finding sponsors, every minute of the day that you're not working at your actual job, because I know you run an ambulance and everything like that, and apart from spending time with your family and doing all your normal stuff, right? Take all those minutes and put them only toward finding sponsors until you are satisfied that you have met everything that you wanted to accomplish, right? So if you want to find 5 sponsors for your podcast, go out and just do that until you've hit all 5. Don't worry about your email marketing. Don't worry about creating landing pages. Don't worry about running your advertisements or anything like that. Yes, that's kind of little stuff you have to do here and there. Like every day I'm going to come in and check maybe 2 minutes. 2 minutes to look at my analytics of my ads, but then boom, I'm off to doing whatever I set. So just do that one thing, and it's fantastic. You get so much done. Paximus with the question, how do you go about affiliate marketing if you are an educator? If you mean like a teacher, like for school kids or something, is that what you mean? While you're answering that, I'll go to Salima's question. Do you believe in building an email list for affiliate marketing business? Abso-freaking-lutely. Do you pay monthly fees for your daughter? I don't understand that. That's like, what do you mean? Do I pay monthly fees for my daughter? To answer your first question, do you believe in building an email list for your affiliate marketing business? Absolutely. So this may be astounding to some, but I have 77 different affiliate marketing streams, right? 77. Each one of those are very, very different, right? I might be driving traffic, geared toward chiropractors, or ones for martial arts school owners, or ones for moms interested in baking, right? lots of different things. And when I drive them, my typical way of doing affiliate marketing is I drive traffic, whether that be organically or utilizing paid ads, which generally speaking, it is paid ads. I drive them to a landing page, which is what we call a bridge page. It's a single page, right? That has a video that talks about why they need this product or service or whatever, right? And I'm trying to transition them, bridge them into knowing about this product or service, and recommending why I believe it would benefit them, right? But to check that thing out, they've got to give me their name and email address, right? And their name and email address, what it does. So, someone could just go, let's say I'm marketing, Martin has a podcast, right? He's a podcaster for Calm Me Anxiety. And I create a bridge page for him to talk about, why he needs ClickFunnels, all right? Just utilizing that as an example, right? And in that video, I talk about all the different reasons why it would benefit his podcast, his business, and then talk about how if you sign up through my link, you put in your name and email address here, and click on submit to submit the form, that when he goes over, because that link is going to send him over to ClickFunnels, right? If he signs up and sends me a screenshot or a transaction ID number on him getting that 2-week free trial or 30-day free trial, whatever it is, right? Then he's going to get this, email course, this, 2 different funnels that he just needs to click, one little link, and then boom, he's got that entire funnel built into his ClickFunnels account, and like all of this stuff. And then because I have their contact information, now I can start emailing them, right? And I can email them, follow-up questions to find out, did they actually go over there and join? Because they may give me their contact information and then go over to that software or product or something like that, and they don't purchase. They don't go for that free trial or whatever it is, right? So now I can start emailing them and say, hey, did you go over there? Did you check it out? What do you think about it? Answer a few questions, give value. And then later on, maybe that offer wasn't right for them. But later on down the road, there's a different offer for a different product that I think might be of benefit to them. Maybe it's ConvertKit, right? And so, seven emails later down the road, I start emailing him about ConvertKit. Hey, I know you have this podcast. Are you building your email list? Email list building is, something that you absolutely need to do. Here's why. Give a ton of value and recommend ConvertKit, right? So that's a benefit of building an email list, even for an affiliate business, because you can always recommend countless stuff to someone, and so forth. So I hope that answered your question. Yes, if you're a teacher, this is on Paximus's question. Yes, if you're a teacher, what I mean is, what companies do you think would be best to be an affiliate with that would be conducive and helpful to a teacher and their audience? Any suggestions? For an actual classroom teacher, as far as affiliate marketing goes, you could do a lot with Amazon, promoting different books and curriculum resources, crayons, whatever. I don't know what type of teacher you are, Paximus, but you could utilize that. You can utilize Walmart as well. Walmart has Walmart, Target, even Home Depot. You're setting up a class project or whatever. You can send people links, affiliate links to Home Depot, and if they purchase those products, again, you get commissions. But there's so much that you can do, as far as specifics. I would just stick with, some big name companies. And then if you have any resources, let's say calculators that, that your kids, again, I don't know what type of teacher you are, but your kids need to use this particular calculator. Maybe it's a, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Yeah, your 10B2 calculator, which is this type of financial calculator, right? I don't know if you can see that, right? This is a 10B2 calculator that I utilize for real estate. and you need one of those calculators, you could send them to a link on Amazon to buy that calculator, or you can actually get with the company that makes it, talk to them about doing some sort of partner or affiliate thing with you. If you utilize anything in your business or in your classroom or whatever, and you're like, yeah, they could really use this type of mouse or whatever, right? Contact the company, find out if there's a partner program. If there's not, ask them to consider developing one, because you can say, I utilize all this stuff in my classroom. I would like to get some commission from this, because I'm going to be sending you a lot of people, right? And that's the way I would go about it. So hope that answers your question. Oh, okay. Okay. So Salima was asking a question about my daughter. Do you pay monthly fees to your daughter? And Salima is saying, I meant, do you pay monthly to ConvertKit for your daughter so she can build an email list? Yeah. I mean, if that's what I have to do, that's what I'm going to do. Right. Now, with certain email platforms, you can actually run multiple businesses with, right? It's one of the reasons why I liked Kartra when I was with Kartra, is because like I was running multiple businesses through Kartra alone. I didn't have to have many different accounts. Whereas with something like ConvertKit, yes, if my daughter wants to build an email list for something, I need to pay that fee, or I just make her pay it. She's got money. So let's see. Let's talk number 9. All right. So I talked about number 8. Number 8 was always checking your stuff at least 30 minutes prior. Everybody say hi, Jarvis. Could hear him.
Okay, she's on.
Yeah. Maybe my wife will show you Jarvis when she comes back. No, he just wants you.
All right.
He loves my wife. Like, he tolerates and likes me, but he loves her. Number 9 of things that I learned is give everything away. Don't hold back. I talked about this yesterday, how a lot of marketers and everything will give you the why and the what of whatever it is that they're talking about, right? Why you should utilize email marketing, what is email marketing and how it works and all this stuff, but never the how, right? They don't actually dive in and show you, hey, this is how, stuff is set up, right? And in live streams, Paximus, thank you for being here, my friend. I really, really appreciate you, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Be here tomorrow. And by the way, real quick, if you're interested, and if anybody on the stream is interested, tomorrow I'm going to be picking winners for my beta group. So if you want in on the beta group, go to thecashflowarmy.com and sign up for my free community, and then send me a private message letting me know that you want to be in the beta group. If you don't know what the beta group is, I talked about it earlier in the stream when the stream just started. So go back, watch the replay, and check that out. It's too much to go through now, but do that. And by the way, if you have any other questions, go ahead, throw them in the chat with the word question, all in caps first. So back to what I was talking about giving everything away. On your live streams, give everything away. Doesn't matter, right? If someone's asking me about email marketing and exactly how a welcome campaign is set up, or exactly what I should be talking about, in like the other day someone asked about what I actually talk about in my daily emails. Give that stuff away. Talk about it, right? Maybe even go behind the scenes and show them how things are set up, right? I don't believe that you should just be giving the what and the why, right? You need to give the how, and that sets you well above everybody else, right? You don't have to, you may talk about your frameworks and so forth. If it's like proprietary, you don't want people to have that. That's fine. Can I see Jarvis real quick? Come here, baby. Let's have up. Just so that everybody can see him. So this is Jarvis. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Hey, baby. So that's the little one that is squawking at everybody. Are you gonna turn around so everybody can see you? There you go. That's my baby boy. Go on. Go fly to mama. There, she flew to her. That's Jarvis. Love him to death. But yeah, so that's number 9 is just give everything away, no matter what. Just give it away. And like I was saying with the frameworks, like you may have frameworks that you utilize that you may not want people to have. You can talk about those frameworks, right? And you can give them a lot of detail. But if they want like a PDF or something like that of your framework and you don't want to give that away because it's meant for your course or something like that, or your membership, that's fine, right? But you can still talk about it. You can still talk about those frameworks and what each of them are. But if they want a checklist or a real detailed blueprint of it, maybe you reserve that, right? But you still talk about the how. All right. Good old the blind guy saying Jarvis. Yep, that's my little boy. Let's see. Question from Salima. Why did you switch from Kartra? There's a lot of problems with Kartra lately. So months ago, it's been a while now, maybe 5 months ago. I'm trying to think when it was. Maybe 5-6 months ago. Andy Jenkins, a good friend of mine, who created Kartra, passed away. And ever since then, I just noticed everything kind of just going downhill with Kartra really, really fast. And I would be, emailing people, and emails wouldn't go out. Like nobody would get them. It wouldn't be in their spam. It wouldn't be, in their main inbox. Like it was nowhere to be found. And I'm sending, thousands and thousands of emails every day. And nobody was getting them. And I'd put out support messages. And I remember once I had like 16 support messages out, and not one of them, not a single support message was ever responded to, right? I might respond to them repeatedly. Hey, I need help with this. Are you going to, reply back? Nothing, ever. And it was just one thing after another. And I was like, you know what? I need to get out of Kartra. And so I went looking for other things. And I also asked myself, like, what am I utilizing Kartra for, right? What are all the things that I utilize in Kartra? And the main thing that I was utilizing Kartra for was all my email marketing, right? My landing pages and so forth. While I had a couple landing pages built inside Kartra, most of them were just over on my website, right? And I utilize WordPress with Thrive themes. And I built all my landing pages, all of my lead forms, all that stuff in WordPress with Thrive themes. I never utilized that with Kartra. I didn't really utilize their membership area. They have an area where you can build a membership, and it's horrible. And just again realizing what I utilize it for, it was just email marketing primarily. So I went into ConvertKit, due to Pat telling me that to go over there. And just moved from Kartra. There's just a lot going on with Kartra that I didn't like. A lot of breakdown. So that's why I left. Let me see if there's any other questions. Let me recap. If you do have any questions, throw them in the chat with the word question, all in caps first. We are running a little bit over. But let me quickly recap what I've learned during these 30 days. So number 1 is your first few streams will be terrible, and that's okay. Just keep doing it. Your community is there for you and will help you out. That's a big thing that I've learned in live streaming, is that your community will be there for you. And I love you guys. I really do. I really appreciate you. Number 3, it's okay to be a bit vulnerable. Get real, right? This is something that I really struggled with, but I've really enjoyed it. The after effects, I've really enjoyed it. You don't have to do everything that everybody else does, right? Be yourself. Do what you want to do, and modify anything based off of what your audience is telling you. Number 5, pay attention to the chat, but not too much attention. You don't want to, when you're talking or you're trying to teach on something, looking at the chat can can really mess you up. And I learned that really, really early on. Um, Number 6, don't rely on Q&A if you don't have a large channel. Always be prepared with something. It's okay to do a Q&A, but always have something to talk about first. Number 7, show up even if you don't want to. The motivation comes after you show up. Number 8, always, always, always check your stuff like 30 minutes before going live. Make sure everything is running smoothly before you have to go live. Don't, 2 minutes before you're supposed to go live, start turning everything on and then realize there's a problem. It will mess you up. I promise you. And then number 9, give everything away, right? Don't hold back. Teach everything. Answer every question to the best of your abilities. And everything will be gold. So those are some of the things that I learned that I think would be of value to you. And I really appreciate you guys being here. What I would recommend now is to tune in tomorrow. All right, tomorrow we're going to be doing our live stream again. But at the end of our live stream, I am going to put all of the names of everybody that is going to, that wants to be in the beta group. And let me actually talk about this real quick. Over the past few days, I've actually gotten a lot of cancellations of people wanting to be in the beta group, which is, I was like, why? It turns out that they just, I mentioned something on a live stream that you're going to have to work, right? In the beta group, like, I need feedback. That's one of the things. It's not just, oh, you're going to get access to a course and you can lurk in the membership but not really do anything, right? My goal for this beta challenge is to get all 9 people results, right? That's it. But to get these 9 people results, those 9 people need to work, right? You got to bust it. And some people, they don't want to. So that list of names that were like 40 something are now only like 20 something. Because so many people are like, well, I have this going on or I have that going on. I don't know if I could dedicate, any time. And it's like, there's an hour to a week that I require. So yes, there will be work, there will be homework, there will be challenges, all this good stuff, as well as, all the live Q&A sessions and hot seats and so forth. So tomorrow at the end of our live stream, I will be doing Wheel of Names and picking our 9 beta members. All right. So be here for that. And right now, what I would request for you to do is go check out my good friend Pat Flynn over at The Income Stream. You can go to patflynn.com/The Income Stream. Check him out. He will be going live here very shortly. And he provides just an epic ton of value. I love the guy so much. I've learned a lot from him, and he's awesome. I love him to death. So that's all I got for you guys today. I really appreciate you being here with me, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace.